Welcome to the Bloggerbytes podcast. I'm your host, Jenna Urben. This is a podcast for bloggers, influencers, and content creators. Here, I'll share transparent advice plus emerging tools and platforms to empower you to establish your brand, serve your audience, and monetize your influence. I'm so happy you're here. In today's episode, we're going to be chatting all things Facebook pages. I'm going to be diving into questions like, why should bloggers have a Facebook page? What is the new page experience? What type of content performs best? And how to set your page up on autopilot while still maintaining a consistent posting cadence. All of that and more. In the previous episode, I talked all about leveraging Facebook Reels to reach a new audience and grow your page organically. Now I want to dig a little deeper into what my strategy looks like and how you can work Facebook into your blogging workflow as well. To start, let's look at what's the difference between a Facebook profile, a Facebook page, and a Facebook group. A Facebook profile is a place where you can share personal information about yourself and connect with your friends and family. A Facebook page is for businesses and are meant to connect businesses with their audience. And lastly, a Facebook group is intended to be a community-focused space centered on a common interest or topic. All right, so why should we as bloggers or influencers or content creators have a Facebook page? As much as we hear about TikTok and other emerging social media platforms, Facebook is still very much a popular platform that a portion of your audience is likely hanging out on. Through experimenting, you can determine if it's worth your time, but before getting into that, let's address what's the new page experience that some creators are talking about. I have this enabled and I highly recommend it to all of my creator and blogger friends like you. When you update your classic page to the new page experience, all page content, including posts, photos, videos, stories, and groups your page is an admin of, will automatically move to your new page. So you have nothing to worry about, nothing to get anxious over. All of your page likes and followers will also be transitioned, and if your page does have a blue check verification, that will also get transferred. I am such a fan of this redesigned page layout because it's so much cleaner, so much more intuitive to navigate, and switching from my personal account to my public-facing pages are just so much easier, and it really helps me manage everything better. Plus, it keeps my personal content versus public content separate. Now, I'd like to share what my current Facebook strategy looks like in hopes that it gives someone else the motivation to step out of their comfort zone or permission to try something new. Again, this is what's currently working for me. There are countless ways to run a successful Facebook page, but you have to start somewhere. First things first, be sure to set up your account and fill out all the relevant information, including your business name, an image, and a cover photo. You want to also be sure to include a brief description and a link back to your website. Like I mentioned in my previous Facebook Reels episode, for a point in time, I was consistently uploading 3 Facebook Reels directly to Facebook every week. I eventually dropped that down to 1 reel a week, and now, honestly, it's not as consistent as I'm focusing my attention elsewhere. However, I want to continue to serve my Facebook audience and promote my blog on Facebook. And even throughout my Facebook Reels heavily posting period, I kept this same schedule and strategy that I'm going to share with you now. I often get asked what type of content performs the best on Facebook, and I really think that answer is going to vary based on what type of content you create, what your niche is, and what you define as success. For me personally, I like to look at engagement versus impressions, and ultimately how much traffic is coming to my blog from Facebook, specifically my Facebook page. What I've found is Facebook Reels are incredible for growth and oftentimes engagement. I personally don't have much experience with standard videos, so I can't speak to that. Besides Reels, let's put that on the back burner and focus on what I call standard posts. I see the greatest impact when I share a blog post with a link right up at the top, a short blurb about what the content is, along with an image, a collection of images, or a collage. I also play around with emojis to make my content pop to ensure a thumb stop as someone scrolling, typically on their phone. So how do I keep up with this and publish consistently? Well, let me tell you, it isn't by sitting down every single day and manually posting. No way. I use the free Facebook Creator Studio. You can schedule posts up to 75 days out, and like I said, it's a Facebook tool and it's free. I truly believe with all things blogging and social media, consistency is key. So find a posting schedule that works for you. I also highly suggest engaging with users and your comments. And lastly, track insights in both Facebook Creator Studio and Google Analytics. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can receive new episodes right when they're released. And if you're enjoying the episodes, I'd love to ask you to please leave a review. It takes just a few seconds, but makes a huge difference and means a ton to me personally. Thank you again for joining me, Jenna Urben, in this episode of Bloggerbytes.